Of course, when you hear that sound, you know it's time for the grapevine inside of Smooth 981. It's Smooth Breakfast. My name is Judith of TV. Good morning to you. It's 9 a.m. 10 a.m. What? 9 a.m. About 4 minutes or 5 minutes gone past 9 a.m. It's time for Grapevine 981. Joining me today, of course, it's another J. Chef Jeff is cranky a bit with me, but he's here in the studio.
Yeah, Chef Jet 3000 is here. Good morning, everybody, except okay.
Except
good morning
Judith.
to Judith is fine. Not good morning to Smooth because y'all didn't acknowledge my birthday on Saturday. So
What?
let's just put that out there.
What?
You network, you have issues. So
What?
when you're ready to resolve with me, we can solve that.
What?
But otherwise, good morning, everybody else.
I take
love you 3000. The other people, you're barely 1000.
I take it back. So we're just gonna do it again. I mean, like what? I'm taking it back. Listen, yo. Okay, so let's just do it again. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, non-conforming gender. If you're listening, I mean, if you're listen, okay. If there's one person who is dedicated, all right, to his craft, he's pretty much multifaceted and multi-talented. Spoken word artist, as a actor. If you're looking for husband material, here's the one. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, non-conforming gender, please put your hands together for Chef Jeff. Woo!
Thank you.
Yes, let's talk about
yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, I'll take my crown.
I'm
Great
sorry.
crown royalty.
So I'm sorry. Forgive me. So it was your birthday. How'd you celebrate your birthday?
Yeah, I just had a few people coming over, did some stuff in the kitchen. I
Yeah.
mean, people were like, just relax, just relax. I'm like, you guys are coming to my house for the first time.
Yeah.
And I know some of you will have expectations because it's the chef. Like, if I order small chops now, you're going to
You will
insult
vex
me. So yeah, let me run around and get this done. You know, so went to the gym, went last minute shopping, got some cooking done, had quality company around, and you know, it stayed till midnight, which is important. Like, let the breakfast be fully done before you now exit. So
I'm just
you know.
I'm having serious FOMO now, just thinking about all the
Yeah.
chop and
No, but I mean,
enjoyment.
it was just good. I mean, I'm just grateful for life. It's not been an easy year for me. This is
I
the
know.
first time of, you know, we're all Scorpios together. You know, my dad would have been 78 on the 3rd of November. You know, and then you know he passed away in January, buried in October.
Yeah.
And then it was my birthday, and then I got my sister's coming up as well. So I don't know how she's going to be feeling either.
I know.
So it's just a weird thing, but you know, just keep moving on and be grateful for life. That's what it is.
Yeah, grief is so weird. I know a family member whose birthday is the same day that a parent died. A parent died, so it's a very
wow.
bittersweet situation for
mhm,
them, and it's just a lot of things to unpack. So I can only understand. But again, happy birthday!
Thank you.
You sent my pack of food,
It
yeah?
was Saturday. I beg.
You sent my
that's not,
pack of, you sent my pack of, and I was
there's
sent
a
her
3-day
email.
limit. All right, and smooth.
I'm
you're an innocent person. Smooth. You people are listening. I've just said what I said.
And 3 days have not passed. It's Saturday, Sunday, Monday. Just
Tuesday.
All right, so enough of that. But we have another special guest here in the studio with me. This is beautiful. I call her mommy.
Now, well,
I
she's
don't know
not.
why.
She's not looking like mommy.
I mean, she's just like, you know, when you think of a mother, you think about soft-spoken, elegant, and just so very, like something very, when you look at them, it's fragile from the front, but inside is very hard, and that's what you think about a mother. And I just, whenever I say it, just really rubs on me like she has a beautiful voice, she's soft-spoken, but she's a very, like, strong person as well. And I like to think so. So it's none other than Seal Soul.
Yes.
She's here.
Unlike you, I'm not cranky.
It's okay. Please allow
Y'all
me to
didn't
send
give me
my
my
food.
coffee, so you know, everybody knows this on the show. But I haven't had my coffee, then you know you're gonna have a problem.
So Seal, it's good to have you today joining us on the show. Thank you for coming through. Join the conversation as always. Send us your WhatsApp messages to 0809-444-0981. We're streaming live on YouTube. All right, so go onto our YouTube page and catch us live and join the conversation on there as well. So we're gonna be first of all, as always, we start off with new music. Okay, so the only reason why Seal is here because she cannot come on a Tuesday. Seal didn't want to come. Like when I called, I was like, Seal, come through. She was like, no. I was like, are you? Is there a man in that house? Men will not take you to heaven.
That is not what happened.
You.
She literally called me yesterday night.
I was like, man, you have to come. You know, and then, you know, You know me, I just had to do what I had to do, and then
She bullied me into come. That's what happened.
That
She
is
was like,
not
It's
true.
okay. That's how I end up on the grapevine. Like they bullied me. I gotta do this show, otherwise I'm going to.
Well, you know what? Again, as always, you guys are welcome. So we're gonna kickstart things today and play a bit of a song so that you can hear it. All right, and we're gonna do that. I must first of all apologize for the quality. I honestly don't know what's going on with the engineering today, but we're gonna try our best for everyone to hear it. So, guys, get ready. This is from Soul. It was premiered November 11th, 2021, and it's called "Permit Me." Enjoy. All right, when you hear that sound, it's Seal there with the song "Permit Me."
Permit me to say that Sue is my mommy.
Your mommy.
And Seal there with the song "Permit Me." Jeff, your thoughts? What do you think about this song?
I'm supposed to be a harsh critic, right? Everybody's meant to panic now, right?
I
Because Jeff 3000 about to go in.
Ooh,
But I mean, Sila's been on the show before virtually, from my memory. And I remember when we reviewed her song that time, as soon as the show was done, like, I'm going to click follow.
Yeah.
Because I was like, and then I would hear different things that she would sing on her Instagram page. So having her in the studio, it's also a blessing to see.
Yeah.
With this song, I pick up. I've always thought of Sil as being like the female Johnny Drill, in terms of like her ways of writing her music, her ways of performing the music. Because you could easily switch this to a male perspective, it would be Johnny Drill. Actually, if you want to do a remix, that's
Yeah.
very, very good.
Yeah.
And then she has a few notes in this song that are like very pointed, like Clay as well, and they did a collaboration together way back then. I love the writing of this, and it's not something I would expect any less of coming from Sil Soul. I love the whole "My New Addiction is Right by Your Side." That's a strong lyric there. And when you see the whole Nobi Tissue kind of angle going with that, I'm like, yes, this is how you write.
Yeah.
Because I talk about so many times having lazy writing going on with artists these days. And with Silk, there's nothing lazy about it. She puts the effort into that particular element there. Now, I know that I just heard the song a couple of minutes before the show, or into the show.
Put me
I
on blast.
liked it.
I'm
I
rolling my
liked it.
eyes.
I liked it because the beat has that whole, there's so many elements here. You get Adekunle Gold in the beat, but you get Silk coming through.
Okay.
So Silk coming through like silk. How about that?
Yeah.
I do things
It's
right on Grapevine
smooth.
981,
It's
okay?
smooth.
I am smooth.
It's
Like
smooth.
that, like
What's
that,
up?
like
What's
that,
up?
like that. So it's just really it's really good to see. And the reason why I was able to review the song quickly is because I don't know what's going on, you artists these days. All right, y'all are the only thing I would say that is lazy that's happening these days with y'all artists, that you do 2 verses, song ends. Where's my bridge?
I mean, the
Where's my
bridge
bridge?
is like the
Where's
most
my
memorable
bridge?
thing ever. Like,
And
why?
it's what artists are doing all these days. It's like, okay, verse 1, so that's once I heard verse 1, I said, okay, chorus, okay, boom, I just know this song.
This song will
There's
end.
no bridge. It's gonna end.
And it's like 3 minutes. It's the duration is
Yes.
3 minutes, 1 second.
Yeah,
boom.
it has
Like,
to be 3 minutes. Within 3
No,
minutes.
no,
Radio,
no,
even
no.
for radio, like You guys make this rule.
No.
Yeah.
It was long thing. Thank you very much.
Don't worry, on my EP you have longer songs.
So the question now is, when is the EP coming out?
I'm sure
is this the first song from it?
Yeah, this is the first song of the EP. It's coming out in January, end of January or beginning of February, like most likely. I haven't fixed the date yet.
So like how many tracks are we expecting?
6, 7 tracks.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what was the inspiration with this one?
Yeah, with this
when
one.
Did you write it?
Such a good
Hmm.
song
What
and
was the
such
background?
wonderful writing, I would say.
Okay, so this song was written during the lockdown. The headspace I was in was like I was writing from the perspective of someone who was an addict and has ruined their relationship. No, I'm not an addict. So
She-
but I mean, as a
Addict to love.
songwriter, you can literally like enter like the mind of anyone. So I was writing from perspective of someone who had constantly hurt people around them because of their addiction and specifically their lover, and has tried to work on that addiction, and then is asking for a second chance.
When I read it, I just thought like it was like the baby and Danelle. That's what I just thought, and Denis. I just thought that's what it was. But I mean, I heard the song. It was quite a beautiful song. Fantastic writing. Of course, your vocals. That's not. I cannot say anything about your vocals.
Even
Your
the
vocals.
choral
I mean,
bits.
yeah.
Her choir, the
Yeah.
trio, and the chorus as well. I love
Just-
that. It's
just-
just very simple and
yeah.
just short.
Yeah, and this is a very memorable song, right? And I think this is an apt pick for the single of the EP. I think this is what it is.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But so far you've been working on other projects besides this. That's a bit about the other projects you've been working on.
Well, apart from my songwriting community, working with Jenny Drill on his album, so I guess there's that is
Yeah, you see why I asked that
what I
question?
said?
You see why I asked that
I
question?
said what I
You
said.
see why I asked that
I
question?
said what I said. You know, when I haven't had my coffee and I'm cranky, I'm also psychic.
Oh, chef. Yeah, go ahead.
And then working on content, like I've been creating video content for the EP, so that's like what I'm working on now. The EP is pretty much done. I think just 2 songs that we need to like finish the mix, and then we're ready. But that's what I've been working on.
So when is this video for the song coming out?
Right around when the EP is coming out.
Ah.
I like to take my time.
That's
so-
fine.
Ah,
That's fine.
we'll wait for it. We'll wait for it. Of course, where can they get the song and everything else? Just like so.
On every streaming platform, Apple Music, Deezer, Spotify, wherever you stream music, AudioMac even. YouTube, I forgot that.
Yes, absolutely on YouTube as well. So go on there. Seal, thank you so much for coming. Make sure to follow Seal. She's at Seal Soul.
Yes, spelled CILLSOUL.
Yes. Also C for mommy.
Oh.
You guys, stay with us. We're going to take a very short break here. We'll come back on the other side. We'll go in depth into some of the entertainment just making the rounds. Don't go anywhere. This is Grapevine 981. Stay with us.
It's so funny. What is C for mommy?
Mommy!
Why did you start calling me mommy? Like, you just started last night. Said mommy, I almost fed up.
Say, mommy, get out to the man. Chef, come and see what they said.
Please give Chef some coffee, oh, please. Oh.
Yes, it's a quarto. Yes.
Happy birthday, Umoke Oma.
Thank you, Xavier.
Chukwugozie Gitaru.
You're gonna have to say thank you to Xavier from Bagada. He's been a regular
Yeah.
the last few weeks, to be honest. So yes, it's from my local government.
Oh, wow, nice. All right. So, I mean, the stories are not going to be too much. Mostly Marvel.
Yeah, I can extend this one.
Okay. And then, so I'm just trying to open everything up.
Should I stay or should I go?
I mean, you can stay. Although you might not be commenting, you just to stay in the background. You wanted to?
What if it's something funny and I don't want to laugh?
Yeah, feel free.
You feel free. Feel free.
free,
There's
feel
nobody. Enjoy yourself.
Feel free.
Okay.
Feel free. All right. So we're gonna do that.
Where's James Silas? He's
Did
cancelled.
I send you the Oscar Buzz story?
Yeah, you did. Yeah,
Can we do that one?
we can do that. Find a way to put some depth into it. Maybe.
So just the Amazon Prime, Disney Film Board, the Nigerian Film Board. Did I give it a Disney Plus one?
That's late.
yeah.
Cover that
She's a
one.
late story. Yeah. And then it will now be then finally the Power of a Dog is a Western movie that's using Oscar Boss. I wanted to do the Britney story, but like there's nothing on there. Just that
Yeah, she's free.
she's free.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then maybe we can now talk about the CBS. I wish I could find reports on that. Just the interview. Did you watch the interview between Adele and Oprah?
No.
Do you watch the engagement?
Did you watch the engagement video?
Adele's against.
No, like the,
Someone
during
got
a
engaged.
concert. Someone
Oh,
got
really?
engaged there. You
Oh,
didn't see
wow.
the viral
No,
video?
I didn't see it. I'm not actually. I saw something, but I just didn't click on it. My eyes couldn't stay open. So
Oh, it's such a beautiful thing. It's been everywhere.
I'll take a look at it.
Such a beautiful. It's been everywhere. I have the contact for basketball. Is it okay if I bring him on for Grapevine?
Yeah, why not? Well, like every week, you mean? You mean every week?
Not every week, but like
Okay.
like a special.
Okay, all right.
I can come in and then
yeah,
you know.
Yeah, that works. That works. That works. Just make sure I'm here when you do it, though.
Because he's been doing some works now. We haven't been able to.
Yeah, just make sure I'm here when you're doing it.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. We're going in. You're welcome back and listening to Smooth 98.1. Love music, love life. It's a Smooth breakfast show. And of course, we're inside Grapevine 981. We have a message here inside of our YouTube page. Be sure to go on to YouTube and stream us live. We're streaming live on there. This is Odiame. And it goes, Seal, been following you on YouTube. Love all your covers. Great voice, too. Seal, you want to say thank you?
Thank you.
Yeah,
I thought I wasn't here.
Also, big shout out to Xavier from Bagada. Unfortunately, my Igbo really sucks. Because I'm not even from the east, unfortunately. So I'm not even gonna try to read what he said. But Chef's radio message, okay, and he's
Yes,
big
Xavier
love to you.
is now one of our regular fan base from Bagada side of things. Always representing my local government. So yes.
Big, yeah, yes, big shout out
Thank
to
you,
you there.
Xavier, man.
Thank you. And also, this is Ifunaya. Oh, you sent your message as well on YouTube, so I've seen that as well. So let's jump into today's stories, shall we? Chef Jeff, let's do that. Let's do that. All right, let's do it. So this is big news when it comes to just content creation and just in the entertainment space, okay? Now, it might come as no news that a team, Amazon Studios executives are currently in Nigeria cementing partnership deals with Nigerian film content creators. Now, the streaming service made its first public appearance at the just concluded Africa International Film Festival, ARIF, where they held talk sessions interacting with press and content creators. In an exclusive chat with Pulse NG, Amazon Studios international head of local originals, she's Nigerian, Ukonwa Ojo, Chief Marketing Officer for Prime Video and Amazon Studios, shared the streaming service immediate plans for content acquisition in Nollywood. This is a big step for Nollywood, but are we ready, Chef Jeff?
I think we are ready, to be honest. I mean, I too attended that first. It was my second time there. This first time there as an actor myself. Not any of the movies there, but let's see how next year goes. Who knows? But it was the quality of the things that I saw was just really fantastic. Even when it came to things like, I mean, for me, I tend to be very irritated when there's some juju element in something. But even one of the best things that I saw at the festival was Juju Stories, and so that's with Belinda Yanga and a few other people who are in that one there. And I look at the quality of the writing, the quality of the dialogue, the quality of the acting, the quality of the storyline. And I feel like we have come a long way from where we used to be. A very, very long way. And even more so now, because this is my second or fifth, than even the first one that I was at a couple of years back. So I think that it's a very busy time. And it really is a very big networking community, because most of the people who were there, they were there to enjoy the movies, but you're literally in the presence of actors and casting producers and A&R people and whatnot, and it's a mingled thing of getting to know who's doing what in project wise, and content is constantly something that people are chasing. like crazy. So to have Amazon coming in and a few other people as well, they know that there are a lot of creators, the creative space that's willing to grow, and it's about creating that opportunity. And we're putting great stories out there. We are actually these days, whether they're remakes or really original lines. So we've come a long, long way. I mean, we're not doing action movies just yet. We're not making the Matrix just yet. Time will tell whether we get there. But for now, I think that we are really improving on the scene.
Really great stuff. But the next question I want to ask is, of course, with every pros there are cons. Do you think there are some cons here?
There are some cons because I just feel there's certain elements that you want people to just let go of when it comes to how we do things in Nigeria. That's one of the things that comes into play. And there's also the element of some people just, I don't know whether the market will allow people to actually push boundaries in certain areas, in terms of how things are filmed, so to speak. So other than that, really, it's just really a case of just finding the money. That's one of the struggles that comes into play. It's always about finding the money for those productions that are going to be going into things. But even then, we still have a long way to go in terms of how organized we are in filming things. Like they tell you, we need you on set at 5 p.m. 5 hours later, you haven't shot anything. Yeah, that's from experience. You know, breaking that, having a proper schedule. Those are some of the things I see that we need to have to get productions going a bit faster, and keep things.
In everything, there's always a Nigerian factor.
Yeah, Nigerian timing, right? It's definitely one of those.
Speaking about Nigerian factor, this one is going to our next story. A Nigerian film board heavily censors kiss and sex scenes in Eternals after delayed screening. Any appearance of intimacy between characters have been scrubbed from the version of Eternals that is now available in Nigerian cinemas. And I just have to say, wasn't it already censored before it ran on screen? I mean, why cut off all these more scenes?
Yeah, you know what? When this was meant to come out 2 Fridays ago, I believe.
Yep.
And then I went. It was Saturday morning, and I checked, and it's like showing at one of the cinemas. And then I'm like, okay, let me scroll down and see what the time is. But then it wasn't working. So I refreshed the page, and suddenly it was gone.
And then you had to call.
I was like, Shola Thompson, what's going on? What's going on, Shola? What's going on? And so then I now found out that, okay, it's because of the whole same-sex kiss thing that was going on. So flash forward, it comes out in the cinema, and then I watched it. I saw it, when did I see it? I think it was yesterday, I believe. And I'm like, okay, I get that scene's not there anymore, but it's clear that something is missing.
Yeah.
Because you went from, the music was at level 3 and then suddenly went to level 7, basically. And you're like, no, come on, we review music here all the time and soundtracks are included. And it was like, yeah, they've definitely cut some more scenes here. So I'm like, okay, you now find out that whether it was kissing. The sex scene, that was a bit of a surprise because normally, well, I guess they just decided to heavily censor whatever the case may be. Of course, the same sex that didn't really add anything or take anything away from the story, so to speak. Between one of the main characters and one of the other guys that are up there, but just the aspect of not knowing what you've missed out on. It's like, okay, I have to now watch
it's
this
like
again.
A hole is missing,
Yeah.
and then you just have to fill it up.
But the thing about it is that I still gave the film a 7.5 out of 10. Shola gave it an 8. And because it's really a different take from all of the other movies that we've had in the Marvel cinematic universe. And at the same time, it actually ties in with it at the same time. Now, what people will not understand is probably maybe the post-credit scene, which, by the way, I say this every year. The year is 2021. If you are not sitting down for the credits to finish and then see what happens
after,
next, I don't know what's going on with you. Then we also need to talk to people that are the cinemas because they turn the lights on. You're still sitting down there and they turn the lights on and you cannot see what's going on.
Yeah.
So the post-credit scene is not the most not very revealing. You actually would have to go and check online to see what you were seeing. And unfortunately, that's not really a positive thing, so to speak, because it ties into another very big character and a small character, well, so to speak. But, the movie was actually very, very entertaining. I felt like the strongest performance was by Leah McHugh, who's the little girl in the film. She is absolutely brilliant. She's only 15 going on 16, and she gives the star power thing to it. I mean, like, if they decided to go Oscar buzz on this movie, then she would probably be a good candidate for it, to be honest. Yeah. Angelina Jolie is fantastic. She looks flawlessly beautiful. And you know, she only wanted a very small role in this movie,
Mm.
but her role is actually really, really extensive. And we know that for certain, there's going to be a second movie somewhere further down the line. And you know, it was definitely entertaining. With all the scenes that were missing from it, I was very entertained.
That's a good one. Since I had my accidents, it's really a reminder how so much of our buildings are not like accessible to people who have sticks, crutches, or like wheelchairs. And so I haven't been able to see the movie. So I'm over here like looking at you with longing eyes. Like, can I take his eyes for a second and like see it? But I hope to see it as well because I'm a huge Marvel fan. But anyway, let's move on now to our very last story for the day because we're pretty much out of time. But this time we're talking about just as the Oscar scenes are beginning to the end. What am I talking about? The award season is coming close, right? So a lot of movies are going out for Oscar consideration. A lot of movies are going out for the Academy Award consideration, as well as the Golden Globes, the Globes. But there's one movie that seems to be generating Oscar buzz, and it's The Power of the Dog. The Power of the Dog is a moving Western flick about charismatic cowboy Phil Burbank. It's played by my very own Benedict Cumberbatch.
You're one of those.
I love this man.
There's a word
so
for them.
much. I
can't remember
love
what it
that.
is.
Yeah, Benedict Cumberbatch.
Yeah.
I'm one of the. I love him so much. Oh my! Like he does no wrong in my eyes. Anyway, so the synopsis is that it tells the story of a rancher Phil whose life is transformed after his brother brings home a new wife and a son, and the movie is based in the 1967 novel of the same name by Thomas Savage. The Power of the Dog premiered at the Venice Film Festival, but now arrives on Netflix on December 1st, 2021 to reach universal audience. What do you think about all these movies, westerns? Do you think new faces, or rather old faces, still taking up the buzz? Do you want to see more faces?
I mean, there are actually a lot of new faces. It's actually very lucky if you're an old face and still able to be relevant in these days. And with Benedict, I mean, at the end of the day, he has a massive ladies fan base. That's for sure. But he's also a very powerful actor. It also stars a real life couple, Kirsten Dunst and Jesse Plemons, who have 2 sons together. So this is the second time playing husband and wife as well in some degree. But you know, these Oscar buzz things, they're just so easily predictable in certain ways.
Yeah.
You play a real life character, or you know, if you're a
You
male,
lose so much weight.
if you're a male, you show off, you know, where you pee from, kind of thing. It's that was the buzz that was going on with Benedict at the very beginning, before the Oscar kind of thing. And I'm like, it's so like a lot of women are going to be going there because they just want to see that. We don't know if they will censor that one over here.
I was about to say
They will
that.
censor that one here.
But I mean, it's on Netflix.
They didn't do that with Deadpool, so who knows? But at the end of the day, it's Benedict Cumberbatch. He gives very powerful performances, and there's been a lot of stories about this particular movie that have been going on from way back. Anyway, we just have to see how it goes. Have to see what his competition is going to be like to see what his chances are going to be. But until we start to hear a few more coming out, then we see how it goes. But it's nice to be still, because you know, you leave. So he's been a busy man.
Very busy man. That is
Spider-Man, Far
Yeah.
From Home. He's in that.
Doctor
He's still
Strange.
Doctor Strange itself, and then there will probably be a few 2 or 3 other Marvel movies that he's going to be performing in. So to have that whole joining that, I mean, he was already part of the Oscar team of Marvel anyway, because you have Samuel L. Jackson, you've got Robert Downey Jr., you've got Mark Ruffalo,
Chris.
you know, there's a whole lot of people who are on that Academy caliber. So to have one more, it's like, okay, let's see the competition between the Marvel people as how many Oscar nominations you can get.
yeah, that's what it is. Well, Jeff, as always, very, 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 very in-depth analysis on our stories today. Thanks so much for coming on.
My pleasure.
You send me food, yeah?
Us.
Is that
us?
Can you play crickets?
I don't have it yet.
Okay, I'll check on my phone for it.
Well, thank you so much for coming, and thank you everyone for being part of the show here. As always, you can catch a replay of Grapevine. It's going to be streaming live on YouTube, so go on there and catch the replay. And of course, Chef Jeff, you can find you on Instagram at Chef Jeff 3000.
I love you 3000.
Yes, indeed. My name is Jennifer TV Seals in the background there, saying goodbye from this side. But stick around. Great music is on the other side, and we'll come back to wrap up the show nicely. Stay with us.